Hello everyone, my name is Paul Third, and just to make it clear before you watch this video, the title isn't clickbait. This is genuinely me giving you advice that other people don't want to give you. Many YouTubers don't want you to hear this because if you get this advice now, you'll probably watch less YouTube and you'll buy less courses and you'll probably stop listening to YouTubers telling you to do this and to do that and listen to me because I've got fucking 40 years of experience. 40 years of being a failed audio engineer. But, you know, fucking let them do what they want. You know what I mean? If you want to fucking, you know, wind down and retire and make yourself feel a bit better by ranting about stuff continuously on the internet, then do that. But I do feel that as, you know, YouTubers, you know, who have an influence, we should always try and be honest and give the best advice that we can that follows our own experience. So, in regards to my own experience, which is kind of where this is going to come from. It's going straight from the heart this week. What I'm going to tell you is that I do genuinely believe that many of you watching this are insecure. And what I need to tell you is that being insecure is a good thing. I know that, you know, the way the internet is just now with Instagram, it's all about follows and likes, and there's a lot of fucking bullshit housery going on, and there's a lot of fucking just bullshit going on. Just fake it till you make it, and people making themselves look better than what they are, and I've started to watch Mix with the Masters and fucking Jesus, some of the stuff that I've seen on there, it's like, okay, the industry maybe isn't as technical as what I thought it was, but you know, that's a story for another day. However, right, I'm focusing on people that are new to this and are trying to make this work as a full-time living, right? Hopefully if you're watching me in this channel, you see this as a passion and you want to get one, either better at the craft, or you want to make this, you know, a full-time profession. Either way, what I think that we all need to do, and it's something that me and Ed Thorne have learned a ton from the Working Audio Tools podcast, is to have accountability when we are online. Accountability is a very, very dangerous word over YouTube, and especially if you go on places like Gear Sluts and Facebook forums. You will find many people telling you, blah, 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 I mixed this and that, and I'm amazing, and I've got 20, 40 years of experience, and I'm fucking this, and I'm that, and you're shit, and I'm not. It's all just words on a screen, right? And what you'd be amazed at is the amount of people that I've challenged.
Oh, I could mix on such and such, and my mixers are amazing. You don't know what you're talking about. I've got this and that experience. I've mixed on that, and my mixers sound amazing, and you fucking talking bullshit.
I would say 99% of those people that I challenged didn't get back to me and showcased their own mixes. There was one person that got back out of everybody and they showcased their mentor's mixes. Fucking threw him under the bus. It's like, fucking cheers, mate. But, you know, what that whole experience taught me was just how insecure people are online and how much people really, really don't want to share their mixes publicly because they're scared of being critiqued. And this is the lesson that you need to learn. And if you take anything from this video, it's that you need to let things sting, and you need to, you know, inflict a little bit of pain on yourself, right? And by pain, I mean a little bit of humiliation. Humiliation can be very, very damaging, okay? And, you know, if you're trying to do this as a profession, again, you're always wanting to keep, you know, your standards and your profile up there all the time, and you can't be seen to look shit, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, if you're wanting to try and do this as a profession and get better, you need to make mistakes, right? And many of you will say, yeah, I make tons of mistakes and learn from them. Yeah, but the question I've got for you is, how many people hear those mistakes? And how many people challenge you on things that you think sound great? We've all been through it. Like, I remember when I left uni, like, I was in audio education for 4 years. 2 years at an avid run college, which was amazing. All the practical experience I could ask for. Really good mentors. The uni degree was fucking a lot of bollocks. But I walked away with a lot of good experiences, which kind of got me to where I am today. And, you know, many people online will tell you, you don't need university, just buy my course. Buy my course and you'll be a professional. You don't need audio university. You don't need any practical lessons. You don't need to be in the thick of it. You don't need to be in a session and fucking be shitting yourself while things are going wrong. You don't need to do that. Just buy my course and you'll be amazing. Or you'll have fucking boomers, you know, tell you that they've got, you know, 30 fucking 40 years of audio experience, when in reality they've got 30, 40 years of failing trying to be a full-time mix engineer. And that's why I respect, you know, guys like Nicholas De Lorenzo, who to me does it like spot on. He teaches you about stuff that he's mixing that week. He'll go, here's a session that I just finished this week, and here's what I found, and here's what I did. That there is accountability. And there's tons of, big YouTubers that have accountability. However, unfortunately, there are, I'm going to be honest, and this is going to sting like a bitch for some of them. But again, take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that are giving mixed advice from past experience, when the reality is the reason they're on YouTube is because they don't have that success. They don't have that profession anymore because they're kind of irrelevant now, right? That's something that you need to learn. Many people have got this thing where they hamper on about, experience, right? I'll give you a little story here, right? Without too much waffling, right? When I was a young tile salesman, yes, I used to work in Tops Tiles, and I was a very experienced manager, right? And he was quite wise, and we used to always go to him. He was like a wise elder. And I was, thinking about getting into management at the time. Because I was like, I've been top sales for fucking years, and I need to move up now. I'm getting bored, right? And he was like, right, okay, Paul, right, you need to do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, look, my worry is I'm never going to get to the level of a lot of these managers in the business, because he's got 20 years experience, he's got 25 years experience, he's got 10, he's got blah, blah, blah. And he said this very simple story to me. And it just clicked, and it stayed with me ever since. And he said, Paul, let me tell you about experience. He went, Paul, experience is essentially two things, right? You've got two different forms of experience. You've got one, time-based experience, and you've got two, learned experience. And I was like, right, but as time-based experience and learned experience, do they just not go hand in hand? And he's like, Mr. Third, he went, that's where you've got it all wrong. It's like, just because you do something for 20, 25 years doesn't necessarily mean that you've got 20, 25 years of learned experience. I mean, you could spend the first 5 years of your career learning everything that you need to learn to get to a certain level, and then you spend the next 15 years being very stagnant, and just like you stay at that same level for 15, 20 years. And, that gets you to a point where, I'm going to say it because nobody else is, but there are very big mixers that we all look up to that are kind of irrelevant now. They were really, really, really good in their day, but they've not really managed to keep up with, all of the new music that's came out. They've not advanced with the technology. They've not really kind of advanced into the digital world. And they get left kind of stuck with back catalogues and people that they mixed in the fucking 90s and noughties and stuff like that, kind of older artists. They still got work, and many have moved to Atmos and stuff like that. But, there is, a modern wave of mix engineers, many of them that we've had on the podcast, and many of them that I speak to. And, there's a new wave, and it's always going to happen. But you do have people like, say, your Serban Genyas, Spike Stents, your Manny Markins, who have kept their, what I like to say, finger on the pulse, okay? And their experience is genuinely like 25, 30 years or whatever it is of learned experience, because they've adapted over time. They've adapted with technology, they've adapted with the genres, they've adapted to client expectations, they've, adapted to what is needed to, get the end result, get the vision of the modern day artist. What you need to do right now, right, if I can give you any advice, is you need to start being more accountable, and you need to start getting your mixes out there, and you need to start fucking mixing, and you need to start making mistakes, and you need to stop leaning on other people to fix your mistakes for you. Let me tell you from experience, it is really difficult sticking your hand in that hornet's nest that is the audio community, sticking your mixes out there, your first passes out to the fucking audio world, all the trolls. It's hard, and you get stung. Honestly, my hands are fucking numb. I can stick my hand in any hornet's nest now. Fuck, it doesn't matter. Fucking hell, I've had all the pain I can receive. But what I've learned over time is, it's that old saying, right? Fucking, what is the saying? Fuck, I forgot about it. I think, was it wrong me once, fool me once, never fool me again? That was fucking shit. Right, either way, right, what I'm trying to say is that'll never happen again. You've got to grow a thick skin, right? The problem you've got on YouTube is that fucking nobody seems to have a thick skin these days. Honestly, the amount of times I've said to people, just fucking share your mixes, right? Or share a few fucking artists that you've worked with and a few song titles, and know the response I get.
I have nothing to prove to you. nothing. I have nothing to prove to you. I have mixing engineers that have got 50 years experience. I've got 35 years experience. Even my son, he's a mixer. He's got 15 years of experience, and he tells me that my mixers are fucking amazing. I don't need you or anybody else online to tell me that my mixes are fucking good, because they're fucking amazing. Right?
That's how I am. Envisage all of these people who are fucking shitbags who refuse to share their mixes. Look, you've got to realise that the internet is a very fucking cruel place, right? And there's a lot of trolls out there. But the advice I've got to give to you starting out is that if you take this pain early doors, trust me, you'll fix a lot more mistakes way, way quicker than you would by sitting in your fucking house, just like getting all these mix tricks and like, oh yeah, I did that because he said that and he said that and he said that and he said this and he said that.
Your mix is shit.
Yeah, but that's because of him. No. Stop blaming other people. Look at yourself. You're in the driver's seat and it's your job. If you take that pain now and you learn to fucking take that critique from people, and it's infuriating, from people that you can't even know if their mixes are good, if they've even got a good monitoring setup or a fucking good room or a good set of ears or enough experience to understand what a good mix is. It can be infuriating. But look, if you take my experience and Ed's experience from the working audio tools, see over time, our mixes, we realised that our mixes weren't as good as what we thought they were, but over time we mixed and we got better and we learned from every mix, and we get to a point now where in most mixes the comments are usually, yeah, both good mixes, it's just a case of taste. And that's sometimes the good thing about the internet, that if something is truly shit, you will know about it. But the problem is, you will know about it and hear about it in fucking abundance. They will be shoveling that shit at your doorstep, and they'll let you know that they're shoveling that shit. But over time, you will learn that you'll get to a set level where people just go, okay, he's decent. He could do the job, he could do the thing, and no, but I'm not going to throw shit his way. And they will find somebody else to throw fucking shit. They'll find another doorstep, another avenue, another street, and they'll shovel shit and shove it at somebody else's door, right? But it's much better to do it now when you're young, right? When, you know, you're building your career, instead of getting to a point when you've got a paid client and they're getting super frustrated because you can't deliver the goods. 40 odd fucking feedback notes, and you're sending them like a mix and you've fixed half of them because you can't hear or don't understand how to fix it. And then they just go, right, bro, just give me my money back, man. And then they slate you into everybody, and then all of a sudden you've burnt tons of bridges and nobody wants to work with you because you put yourself in a position that you weren't ready for. And that's something that the working audio tools has been kind of showing me and Ed, is that it took us a long, long time, longer than we thought, till we were really comfortable to start charging people for, you know, our mixes. You know, I'm at a place now where I feel very comfortable, where I'm getting good consistency, good translation. I think I've cracked the code for headphone mixing. Again, I fucking went and like added even more treatment to this room and fucking got the PMCs, and you know, I've basically got to a point now where I'm sitting there thinking, I can't blame the tools, it's all down to me. And you know, it's all about, you know, getting better at the craft and being okay to still make mistakes, because it's always going to happen to everybody. I watched the Mix with the Masters and it was unbelievable. Like Chad Blake was doing Arctic Monkeys. I love it. He gets to a point where I was like, this mix isn't sounding that great. He's kind of overblown it. And he just gets to a point halfway through it where he goes, yeah, we're going to go back to 20 minutes ago. Basically, the past 20 minutes, everything I did, disregard that. I'm going to go back 20 minutes ago. And then he finished the mix and he just was like, that's what happens. Everybody makes mistakes. Like even Serbin, Genya, and Spike Stent, and the Manes, and Jason Joshua, they all have bad days. Like if you go to Mix with the Masters with Jason Joshua, I did it at Abbey Road. He was talking about feedback notes and he's like, there's times where you're like on mix 5, 6, 7 and you're like, oh my God, when is this going to be over? I just cannot make this fucking artist happy. But you get through it. Oh, it happens to all the mixers. Not many mixers get V1 accepted. V1 is like fucking... so you can probably count on one hand how many V1s you've had accepted. But you know, what you've got to do is you've got to try and collect all the battle scars that all of these mixers had. Okay, they've got the experience now, but what their experience comes from is fucking a lot of mistakes. Like if you watch the working audio tools and you watch a lot of the interviews that we did with a lot of industry professionals, we talk a lot about humbling moments. And I think every single person that we interviewed had some bad experience where they didn't get a gig, or they got fired from a gig, or, they had a really humbling experience. Remember Tim Palmer was talking about it. I can't remember who his mentor was, or he was mixing in a certain studio, or it was a certain artist, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to fucking get this mix. And it dejected me, and it took me months to get over it because I got slammed for that mix. But then guess what? Tim Palmer ended up fucking getting Pearl Jam, and it worked out for him in the end, you know what I mean? So hopefully what you can take from this video is that you really, really, really do need to start fucking being okay with making mistakes and airing those mistakes publicly in whatever way you can. Whether it be, getting into a group of like-minded people and sharing your mixes together like what me and Ed do, and, critiquing them in a safe place, and, building up those battle scars so you can get to a point that when you, start fucking getting paid clients, you can fix those, mistakes or issues that the client has, and, direct that mix into their vision. Because what you'll find is a lot of the things that mixers do are all things that they've learned by making fuck-ups. And then sometimes fuck-ups can turn up as, like great things. Like I watched a mix with the Masters today with Sean Everett, and I'm fucking scarred by it, man. I was like, I've never seen anything in my life where I've watched a mixing engineer and he's like, yeah, so I don't know why I did that, and I don't know why I did that, and I don't know why I did that. The fuck did I do that for? I could hear why I'm adding in so much 7K to that bass there. Then right after it, fucking hell, I've got a brick wall. I've got a brick wall fucking low pass filter at fucking 5K. Okay, I completely took that out there. Like mental EQs, and even he's going through the session like, fuck knows how it got this fucking accepted. But yeah, it was mental. It was crazy. Won fucking Grammys. But at the end of the day, he might look back at that and go, fuck, I'm not going to make that mistake again, and I'm not going to make that mistake again. And, look, they're not all perfect. There is no such, even Serbin and Spike, they're not perfect. They've all made mistakes, and we need to be more okay with making mistakes. And in regards to YouTubers, let's start being a little bit more accountable, okay? Start mixing more, right? When you do a video and you give advice, always say, go to my website. There's a portfolio there. Here is a mix that I done this week. I'm sharing this tip or trick. Here is, I actually used it on this mix. I used it on this mix I did for a client, got it accepted. That's why you should listen to me, because I did this, the client liked it, got accepted. I'm a professional. There you go. Try it for yourself. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just be okay with being shit, right? Be okay with being shit. Because trust me, you can only be shit for so long, right? Let it sting. Let the fucking toxicity build. Take your battle wounds. Fucking lick your wounds. Get back up and do it again. And you will get to a point where you're not invincible, but at least you don't need to fucking scroll through YouTube and fucking distract yourself with 1,000,001 fucking tips that all contradict themselves, and you sit back and wonder,
how am I not getting this mixing thing? I'm doing all the things that everybody's telling me to do and nothing's working out. Yeah, it's like, they said all this would work and it's not working.
Just be okay with being shit. Make tons of mistakes, learn from them, repeat the cycle, and then hopefully I'll see you when you're a professional mix engineer or mastering engineer or whatever. Or either you're just really good at it, right? Whatever, I'm done. Fucking hell, I can waffle. Okay, bye-bye.